Hello everyone, and welcome to today's movie breakdown. Today we're diving into the latest 2025 action thriller, The Amateur. This film stars Oscar winner Rami Malek and is adapted from the 1981 novel of the same name. It tells the story of an ordinary CIA cryptographer who, after losing his beloved wife, embarks on a path of revenge using his intelligence and determination. This isn't just a revenge movie, it's a profound story about love, justice, and redemption. Hey movie fans, before we dive into today's breakdown, make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell for more awesome movie content. Our protagonist, Charlie Heller, is a cryptographer working at CIA headquarters in Langley. Unlike the secret agents we typically imagine, Charlie is an introverted, gentle tech guy whose world revolves around numbers, codes, and computer screens. His biggest hobby is restoring an old Cessna aircraft, a gift from his wife Sarah that symbolizes their dreams of a beautiful future together. Sarah is the light of Charlie's life, and she's about to leave for a business trip to London. At the airport farewell, this loving couple is still discussing their plans for their first flight together once the plane is fully restored. However, fate often delivers its most devastating blows during the most peaceful moments. In the CIA's underground office, Charlie maintains contact with field agent Jackson O'Brien, codenamed The Bear, and a mysterious informant code named Inquiline. It's through classified documents provided by Inquiline that Charlie discovers a shocking secret. His boss, Special Activities Center Director Alex Moore, has been disguising politically motivated drone strikes as suicide bombings, a practice that's not only illegal but shows complete disregard for innocent lives. Just as Charlie is preparing to investigate this discovery further, CIA Director Samantha O'Brien personally seeks him out. The news she brings hits like a thunderbolt. Sarah has been killed in a terrorist attack in London. In that moment, Charlie's world completely collapses. This man, who usually only deals with numbers and codes, suddenly faces the most brutal reality of his life. Devastated by grief, Charlie doesn't choose to wallow in his pain. Instead, he uses his professional skills to begin an investigation. Through analyzing various intelligence and data, he gradually pieces together the truth of what happened. 4 terrorists, after a failed arms deal, took hostages including Sarah and multiple others. Before fleeing the scene, they cold-bloodedly murdered all the hostages. Charlie identifies these 4 killers: Mishka Blazik, a Belarusian criminal notorious in Eastern European black markets as an arms dealer; Elish, a former South African Special Forces operative who has lost his faith; Gretchen Frank, a former Armenian intelligence officer who's become a cold professional killer; and most importantly, Horst Schiller, the mastermind who killed Sarah, a ghost-like figure in international terrorist networks. When Charlie submits his investigation results to Moore, he receives a disappointing response. Moore and his deputy Caleb Horowitz claim they are developing a larger plan to take down Schiller's entire network, suggesting Charlie should patiently wait for official action. But Charlie can't wait anymore. His wife's death has ignited an unquenchable fire of revenge in his heart. So this usually gentle tech worker makes a bold decision. Using the evidence he discovered about Moore's illegal operations as leverage, he blackmails the CIA to provide him with resources and training so he can personally hunt down these 4 killers. It's a dangerous gamble, but Charlie has nothing left to lose. Charlie is sent to the CIA's secret training facility, the Farm, the famous Camp Peary. There, he meets Colonel Robert Henderson, an experienced agent trainer. Henderson immediately sees Charlie's true nature. He's a smart but combat, inexperienced bookworm. The training process is full of challenges. In shooting practice, Charlie's performance is absolutely terrible. His hands shake when pulling the trigger, and his accuracy is abysmal. But in bomb making and technical equipment usage, Charlie displays amazing talent. He can create sophisticated, explosive devices from the simplest materials and crack complex electronic systems as skills accumulated from years of working in the CIA's technical department. However, Henderson's final assessment is brutal. He doesn't have what it takes to be a killer. This evaluation is both an objective judgment of Charlie's skills and hints at the humanity and moral compass he still maintains deep inside. Meanwhile, Mo and Caleb search Charlie's residence and discover a disc, thinking they found the evidence Charlie used for blackmail. But when they open the disc, they find it's just a blank decoy. Charlie had anticipated this step from the beginning. The real evidence has been safely hidden elsewhere. Realizing he's been deceived, Mo flies into a rage and orders Henderson to secretly execute Charlie after training ends. But Charlie's intelligence saves his life once again. He had already installed surveillance equipment in Mo's office, and he hears the kill order crystal clear. Before Henderson can carry out the order, Charlie quietly leaves the United States and embarks on his journey of revenge. Charlie's first stop is Paris, where his target is Gretchen Frank. Through meticulous investigation and surveillance, Charlie discovers that Gretchen suffers from severe allergies and regularly needs treatment at a specialized clinic. This seemingly insignificant detail becomes the key to Charlie's victory. At the clinic, he uses the clinic's hyperbaric chamber, flooding it with large amounts of pollen to torture Gretchen using her allergic reactions, forcing her to reveal Schiller's whereabouts. This method achieves his goal while allowing Charlie to avoid the moral burden of direct murder. However, after Gretchen painfully provides the information, Charlie chooses to release her, a decision that demonstrates his fundamental difference from professional killers. But sometimes, fate is more cruel than human plans. After escaping the clinic, Gretchen panics and runs into the street, where she's struck and killed by a speeding truck. This unexpected outcome makes Charlie truly face death for the first time and realize the brutal nature of the revenge path. Carrying Gretchen's phone and his important intelligence, Charlie flees to Marseille. But Henderson has already tracked his movements. In a small bar, Charlie finds himself surrounded by Henderson and his men. This seems like a dead end, but Charlie once again demonstrates his intelligence. He had anticipated this situation and pre-installed a simple explosive device in the bar's restroom. When crisis strikes, Charlie detonates the bomb and successfully escapes in the chaos. This escape not only showcases Charlie's foresight and technical abilities, but also marks his transformation from a passive victim to an active agent. After escaping France, Charlie contacts the mysterious informant Inquiline for help. Inquiline arranges for Charlie to be smuggled to Istanbul, and in this ancient city where Eastern and Western civilizations meet, Charlie finally encounters the mysterious woman who has been secretly helping him. Inquiline's true identity is surprising. She is Davies, the widow of a deceased former Soviet KGB officer. Her husband was secretly a double agent working for the CIA, and after his death, Davies inherited her husband's identity, continuing to provide intelligence to the CIA. This revelation not only explains the reliability of Inquiline's intelligence sources, but also adds historical weight from Cold War-era espionage activities to the story. Davies doesn't just provide intelligence support, she becomes Charlie's only ally on this lonely path of revenge. She helps Charlie track down Mishka Blazic's location, a luxury hotel in Madrid. In Madrid, Charlie plans an extremely creative assassination operation. Blazic enjoys swimming in the hotel's rooftop infinity pool, and this habit becomes his fatal weakness. Using his technical knowledge, Charlie modifies diving equipment and installs explosive devices in the pool's glass structure. When Blazic is swimming in the pool, Charlie triggers the explosives. The massive glass wall instantly shatters, and Blazic plummets to his death along with thousands of gallons of water. This operation demonstrates Charlie's increasingly skilled operational abilities. He's learned how to transform his technical advantages into deadly weapons. However, success comes at a heavy price. Henderson tracks down Charlie's location again, and in the subsequent conflict, an agent sent by director Samantha to protect Charlie is killed by Henderson. Although Henderson is also wounded, Charlie manages to escape once more. Even more heartbreaking, Caleb uses technical surveillance to track Charlie's communications and dispatches a strike team to Istanbul. During the evacuation, Davy sacrifices her life to cover Charlie's escape. Having lost his only ally, Charlie truly becomes a lone avenger. Davy's death not only costs him intelligence support, but makes him realize his actions have implicated innocent people. But the flames of revenge burn too fiercely. He can't turn back now. Carrying heavy emotions and firm determination, Charlie heads to Romania to find his third target, Alish. This former South African Special Forces member now deals in arms, and Charlie decides to use this to approach him. Charlie disguises himself as a missile dealer and arranges a transaction meeting with Alish. This disguise requires Charlie to display completely different personality traits, transforming from a gentle tech worker into a cold arms dealer. This change not only tests Charlie's acting skills, but also symbolizes the profound changes in his heart. The meeting location is an abandoned factory, once an industrial relic from the communist era, now a venue for various illegal transactions. When Alish arrives, Charlie has made thorough preparations. He traps Alish in a room using a carefully crafted, improvised explosive device. Facing the threat of death, Alish finally reveals Schiller's hiding place, a ship on the Baltic Sea. This intelligence is extremely important to Charlie because Schiller is the direct killer of Sarah, the ultimate target of his revenge journey. After obtaining the intelligence, Charlie faces another moral choice. He could choose to release Alish, just as he did with Gretchen before. But this time, Charlie's choice is different. Having experienced so much pain, betrayal, and sacrifice, his heart has undergone fundamental change. He doesn't release Alish, but lets the explosive device detonate, and Alish dies in the flames. Carrying Alish's phone and the final clues, Charlie arrives at the Russian port city of Primorsk. In this cold Baltic Sea port city, he begins surveillance of Schiller's activities. Schiller is on a luxury yacht that's like a floating fortress, heavily guarded. The Bear Jackson makes one final attempt to contact Charlie, trying to persuade him to abandon revenge and return to a normal life path. But Charlie has gone too far. He can't choose to give up when he's so close to his target. His wife's death, the sacrifices along the way, the pain in his heart, all of this drives him toward the final confrontation. Eventually, Charlie is captured by Schiller's men and brought aboard the yacht. This seems like a hopeless situation, but it's also the opportunity Charlie has been waiting for. On the ship, he finally meets Sarah's killer, Horst Schiller. Schiller is a cold and confident man who doesn't seem surprised by Charlie's arrival. In an ironically charged scene, Schiller offers Charlie a loaded gun, giving him the chance for personal revenge. This gesture is both a test of Charlie's courage and a confident display of Schiller's own power. However, Charlie's response completely surprises Schiller. He doesn't choose to shoot, but calmly tells Schiller that he has hacked into the ship's navigation system and is steering the vessel toward Finnish territorial waters in the Gulf of Finland. The brilliance of this plan is that once the ship enters Finnish waters, Finnish police and Interpol have the authority to board and arrest Schiller, an international fugitive. This ending perfectly embodies the film's core theme: intelligence triumphs over violence. Charlie doesn't choose to fight violence with violence, but uses his greatest strength, technical means, to achieve justice. He proves that an amateur can defeat professional criminals. The key is leveraging your own advantages rather than imitating others' methods. As Finnish police successfully arrest Schiller, Charlie's journey of revenge finally ends. Meanwhile, Moore and Caleb are arrested by the CIA for their unauthorized covert operations. Director Samantha announces to the media that the CIA has successfully purged internal corruption and restored the agency's integrity. At the story's end, we see the recovered Henderson visiting Charlie. This man who once hunted him now shows him respect because Charlie proved the power of justice in his own way. And Charlie, the once gentle tech worker, finally completes the restoration of that Cessna aircraft. In the film's final shot, Charlie pilots the plane into the sky. This is not only a tribute to Sarah, but also symbolizes his inner liberation and rebirth. He wasn't consumed by the darkness of revenge, but found his own path to redemption through intelligence and perseverance. Thanks for watching today's movie breakdown. If you enjoyed this film, remember to hit that like button and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.